Hello there, Dre again, and I just wanted to make a quick video on what I think about the 2018 summer event for Killing Floor 2. Now, before we begin, let me know what you think of this year's summer event. Let me know what you like and dislike in the comments down below. So this event launched with 2 new maps, new weapons, a new weapon upgrading system, new cosmetics, changes to some Zeds, and a prestiging system, and a new enemy type which, well, they are a huge pain in my ass in higher difficulties. Let's discuss the new map first. The first map that we will discuss is the Airship. Personally, I like the aesthetic look of the map, but I do have some issues with it. My issue with every map, including this one, is that since the map has a lot of tight spaces, I tend to get cornered easily, especially if there are a group of flesh pounds coming to my position. But I do understand this was meant to challenge the player and to make the player aware of their surroundings. I also don't like the air exhausts in the map, if that's what they're called. I don't like that I'm running away from a group of Zeds with low health, then a sudden air exhaust randomly goes off, resulting in my death. It's pretty annoying, but that rarely happens anyway. The second map is called Lockdown. Again, I love the aesthetic design, but my experience in this map is that I tend to get overrun pretty quickly, especially in higher difficulties. Probably because of the global spawn rates of Zeds, and most of the time, when there's a stand your ground wave, the areas are just way too small for me and the area tends to get overrun too easily. Still, I do love the challenge that the new maps provide, and I think they did a pretty good job in designing the maps. But hey, it's just me. Okay, next, let's discuss the new weapons. The new weapons are the M99, the Static Strikers, the Doomstick, and there's the Airship, which is just an ordinary knife for the Survivalist class. Let me just say that the new weapons are so fun to use, especially the new M99 sniper rifle. Because they added the M99 to the game, it made me use the Sharpshooter class even more, because the M99 can instantly kill a flesh pound if you aim for the head, and it's so satisfying to use as well. The Doomstick is also fun. It's a powerful shotgun to use, but I still prefer the AA-12 because it's more fun mowing down Zeds with an automatic shotgun. The Doomstick has more damage, sure, but it kinda lacks ammo that you can carry. The Static Strikers remind me of the Power Fists from the Fallout games. I also love the sound it makes when you hit Zeds with it, but unfortunately, I'm not a Berserker main, so I can't say much about the Static Strikers, but still, it's very fun to use. Since we're on the topic of weapons, let's talk about the new weapons upgrading system. So how it works is that you spend dosh to upgrade your weapon after each wave, and you'll be surprised to see some weak weapons become powerhouses once they are fully upgraded. The only thing you can upgrade though is the damage of your weapons. Unfortunately, you can't upgrade the ammo capacity of your gun, the fire rate, or even the bullet penetration for your guns, but hopefully the game will expand its upgrading feature in the future. They also did some changes to the weapons as well, but in this video, I will only mention the weapons that have a very noticeable change in the game. The M9 Sidearms have the most noticeable change in the game. Before the summer update, the M9 was pretty useless in killing Zeds, but when the devs made some changes, the M9 handgun had a very noticeable buff in terms of damage, but in return, they reduced the amount of ammo you can carry and they decreased the rate of fire of the gun. The M9 is now usable and is now very reliable in taking down Zeds once fully upgraded. The Medic Shotgun was nerfed in terms of its rate of fire, which is sad, and speaking of shotguns, they renamed the Trench Gun and is now called the Dragon's Breath. Another noticeable change is the Husk Cannon. In my opinion, they kinda nerfed the Husk Cannon to oblivion. I mean, it was pretty OP before the summer update, but come on. It was pretty fun to use and now they unfund the Husk Cannon. Yeah. Unfund is a word now. Now next on the list are the new enemy types, the EDARs. In my experience, they are probably more annoying than the Sirens and the Stalkers in the game. These things absorb damage like crazy, some of them move pretty fast, some of them deal a lot of damage, and their weak spots are pretty hard to hit. They are annoying, I hate them, and please nerf them to oblivion. Just kidding, just balance them. But I do have to admit, they make the game a lot more challenging. Since we're on the topic of enemies, let us also talk about some tweaks on the Zeds. The most notable changes I have seen so far is that some clots like the slashers and cysts have like an 85% chance to sprint toward you. and they're kind of faster now. I don't know, that's just me. It's not really much of a big issue, but that is a very noticeable change. In this game, my most hated enemy type is the Siren. The noticeable change I've seen is the scream radius for the Siren has been nerfed slightly, which is alright, but they increased the Siren's speed in return. So it's like they didn't change anything. Next, let's discuss the new prestige system in the game. Just like in Call of Duty games, when you reach the max level of a specific class, you have the option to reset it and level up your character all over again. When you prestige in Killing Floor 2, you get a 30% XP gain, a new symbol for your class, and a new knife skin, which is, well, it's kind of a letdown because I was expecting a more extravagant reward for players who reach the maxed level. I just, wish there was something more to it. Hopefully we'll see something more in the future. Well, to end the video, I think that the summer event was pretty enjoyable. I got some pretty cool cosmetics, and I think the devs designed the steampunk outfit very well, and it's a lot better than last year's hazmat suit. Now that the event is over, it made me more excited on what's to come for the game's future, and I do hope we get to see more weapons, more rewards, and a new enemy boss in the game. Well, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching till the very end, and if you enjoyed the video, probably, give it a like and maybe consider subscribing. As always, this is Dre, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.